Hi folks, this is John with TacticalGearhead.com. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I call the YouTube Gear Zone and what I have seen having been on YouTube these past weeks. I've seen a lot of different people kind of converge in this YouTube Gear Zone, and I made a little diagram, and I'll show you that here. Let me switch to my macro view here. Okay. Basically what I see is a lot of people on YouTube belong kind of to segments or groups that all kind of converge into this gear zone. What we have here is we got the kind of bushcraft segment, the people who like Raymiers and doing primitive skills. And then you've got the kind of survivalist kind of people. These are people who like Bear Grylls and Survivor Man and Discovery Channel documentaries. They kind of fit here in the gear zone. And then you've got the off-grid, without the rule of law, the end of the world as we know it, preppers, and just people who want to be homesteaders and do all kinds of stuff. They're kind of like their own segment, and they also fit into the gear zone. And then you got the adventurers, the explorers, you got the war correspondents, professors or journalists, and you got the thrill seekers. They're the ones that kind of go abroad and do all kinds of stuff, and they bring their messenger bags or what have you. They also fit into the gear zone. And then you got the people who kind of are completely into guns or knives or flashlight. These are the gun, knife, flashlight lovers, or they can just kind of, you know, just be into guns or just be into knives or just be into flashlights. But sometimes they all just converge into the whole thing. In fact, that could kind of be like the EDC crowd. Then you got the paintball and the airsoft people. And also into that category you can also add the war reenactors. I like to dress up like World War II paratroopers and reinvade Normandy. And then you have the military and the law enforcement people, the government types. Into this also the first responders, the firemen and EMS people. And you got the extremists. This could be political extremists, religious extremists. It could be neo-Nazis, communists, you know, eco-terrorists. And you have the militias. Now, sometimes people get confused with the militias and extremists, and but a lot of militias are actually just kind of like patriot groups or just a bunch of guys hanging around together, and they're not really extremists in the extremist kind of sense of the word. So I kind of left those by themselves, even though sometimes people like to combine these two. And then you have the zombie killers and the vampire slayers. They too like gear and stuff like that, so they're also in the gear zone. And also in the gear zone you've got the fashionistas. These are the people that like to wear like the North Face, but kind of they live in a city, or you know they buy those Canada Goose Arctic parkas that they use down there in Antarctica when they're walking on the streets of New York or Chicago or Paris and Rome, which makes no sense because you're probably walking from one building to another or taking the bus, so you really don't need it in the Antarctica parka, but they like to wear that so they look cool. But they're also in the gear zone. Then you got the Farmer Joes. These are basically the people who just do the work, you know. These are people who are farmers. They can be the people on The Deadliest Catch wearing a Helly Hansen, doing crab fishing. They're the workers. So they really use their gear zone stuff. Anyhow, this is the little diagram that I made up, and it kind of explains, you know, what you see on YouTube if you're on YouTube long enough, and you will see friends and colleagues and all kinds of people from all these different segments kind of converging all together here in the gear zone, because they like gear. And some people can belong to all kinds of different segments, but having been on YouTube, you kind of see these people all coming together.